the point is that that's not good parenting. That means that even though she might be ready, she's still not able to be a parent because she still wants to be outside and not be the parent that her child actually needs, which is why you're having kids raise kids. So it doesn't matter about how much money you're making. And in all honesty, right, I can tell you I've been making fairly a decent amount of money since I was 25 years old.
How much you make, Rico?
I've been making fairly a decent amount of money since I was 25 years old.
I want to know.
Right? If I had that, if I had that,
tell me.
if I had that,
Give me a number. I'm not letting you go. Just tell me a number. Tell me. Come on. Just tell me. Tell me.
It's six figures. It's six figures. But like, let's just say,
find out. Don't worry.
Let's just say I make that same amount. I make that same amount of money. That money has not deviated. It may have went up a little bit, but it's still close to the same.
Mm-hmm.
But with a kid, that ain't nothing.
No.
Like $100,000. And I don't mean that. Also, I live in New Jersey, so it might be different. If I had that same money in Alabama, I might get a mansion, right? But in New Jersey, having $100,000 career is still not enough to literally say I'm ready for a family. But you might think you're ready for a family because it's easy. It is easy to have a 2-income household and feel like you have a luxury to do a lot of things when it's just you and your spouse. But when that little baby comes, and first of all, somebody's taking off of work, pay is going to take a hit. And I'm not talking about people who are entrepreneurs and have that, that availability to do whatever they want. Yeah. I'm talking about the average day-to-day worker. Now they have to sit down. Somebody has to call off of work. Somebody has to find a babysitter to go do. Now, just for you to enjoy yourself, it costs 2 times more.
Rico, I don't think you understand. I've been raising a little girl. She's 7 now, going on 8. I've been raising her since she was 1. Okay? So potty trained her, taught her how to talk, taught her how to read, taught her how to do math, taught her everything she knows. I'm here with you, even though I didn't birth out my vagina, right? It's not about the money, because kids are expensive, but it's also about a routine. I find things to be very easy when you get into a routine of things. And it may be easy, even if you have a 9-to-5, when you have that other partner, and this is why the 20s is so important, because most young girls in their 20s, they're getting raised on Sexy Red, City Girls, and I love y'all. I love them. Get them. I love them.
Don't raise my daughter.
But what I'm saying to you is that they're getting raised on this, so they don't think that they need to be in a relationship with their baby daddy. They don't think they got to get the ring before they have the. Where you think the lullaby came from? You understand what I'm saying? These things were instilled for a reason because they set foundation. It's the same thing with buying a house. You could spend all this money on a beautiful house, the interior, the exterior, but if the foundation is not good, you didn't take time making a foundation, and then you spend all this money for nothing. So the kid, I just think in their 20s, are not making healthy relationship decisions because of the influence of social media, our music, all of these things. And it doesn't matter how great your parents raised you, these things become Bible in your head.
Well, it depends. Listen, it depends on the numerous factors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, your environment does play a role in your child's life. But as a parent, your environment you're placed in is your parents' duty.
Rico, right? You said environment. Your kid can go to the best school.
I'm not saying
the best environment. What is the best environment? Because these kids are getting fed it literally through Fruit Loops. They're getting fed this stuff through the most gentle stuff that used to be. Who's
buying the Fruit Loops? My thing is
gentle stuff is being tormented. It's being
twisted and turned. But that doesn't mean anything. Holiday, when you're a parent, you take things so, especially now, I feel like if I was a parent back in the day where food wasn't manipulated probably as much, or maybe we didn't have as much awareness of it,
right,
it'd be easier. But now I feel like being a parent in this day and age, you're so paranoid about what you're giving your baby and what you're where you're placing your child. We can't even feel comfortable placing our child in daycares.
Yes.
Right? So like because of
cartoons,
because of all that has happened. So as a parent, you are vetting every single thing.
Yes, but as a parent, I've also seen, I'm just telling you, I've seen the YouTube channels where I had to pause it just for her dad to see that if we had not walked in here and that it's on 3 semicolon 88, if we had not walked in here as 3 semicolon 89, we would not have saw the dick on the screen. Because by 3 semicolon.
Can't even have dick on YouTube. What are you talking?
What are you talking? That's how I know you're not hearing what I'm saying. Watch these cartoons. That's what I'm saying. By the time you walk out for 1 minute, yes, on YouTube Kids. When you can leave out for 1 minute. That 1 minute, the dick is on the screen. By the time you come back, you did not see it.
There's dick on YouTube Kids.
Alan?
I've heard of it.
There's dick.
Okay, so
There's no dick on YouTube.
They're very strict with the YouTube.
So I don't know about you.
Stuff that get inserted in.
It gets inserted amongst the cartoons. I have a 7-year-old, so she's watching all these shows. I sit and sometimes and just sit there and watch, and then I'd be like, "Yo, what's that?" She didn't even pick it up because she looked down for a second at the Barbie doll.
Okay.
But in a flash of a second, it's a website. It's something that she's not supposed to see. It's even the commentary. It's even the commentary of like almost like girls kissing girls or guys kissing guys. It's integrated where it's not the entire cartoon. But if you look away for a second, you'll miss it.
Well, first of all, what I'm going to say is I don't believe it.
Okay, you don't have to. I'm telling you as a person who has witnessed it.
It's like being a boy watching a cartoon.
No, it's not about being naive.
It's like being a boy watching a cartoon and somebody pulls out a gun. It says that's a 9mm. It only holds 8 bullets, but that's a 38. It has 5. So you learn this stuff early.
Guys, hold on. Time out. First of all, I worked with Apple devices all the time. For years.
So I'm telling you from experience. I've caught it on my own TV to the point I had to show my man, like, yo,
cool,
look at this.
You did not have the proper parental control set.
I got all of that on there, and I control it on my phone.
You didn't do it right.
My 7-year-old doesn't even have an iPad.
Okay.
She doesn't have a cell phone. She doesn't have none of that for that reason.
Listen. That's cool. That's cool. You can believe what you like.
I'm not believing. I'm telling you from a fact. The comments is going to let you know. People who have children, please let this man know to watch the cartoons because it is integrated.
We're not saying that it's not in the cartoons, but I'm telling you right now, if I go and I put parental controls for 3,
it's still coming up.
It's not gonna come up. Oh my God, it can't come up.
Rico, it's not gonna come. You're saying it's not gonna come up because you put the parental control on it, right?
So there's certain blocks that you can have, right? And I'm not gonna argue with you about. Blocks. You clearly didn't do it right.
And it happens all the time. It clearly.
All right, so let's move on. Let's move on past YouTube.
Watch what your kids are watching.
Yes, you should definitely pay attention.
So let's move on past YouTube and let's get into.
Can I finish my point?
After
because it had nothing to do with YouTube.
Yeah, no. Once you finish that, I want to get into a flow of conversation. How the thing's been going on, and then I want you guys to vibe off of a conversation.
Can I smoke a blunt? Can I smoke real quick?
Like
no.
No. Okay. No. Okay. You said no.
Why?
What?
You mean you said no to me smoking the blunt? You saying no?
No. Nobody even heard you, girl.
Wait. What do you mean?
But all right. No, I'm saying go to what you're saying, and then from what you're saying, let's pick up on like I want you guys to catch up.
Okay.
I want you guys to catch up with each other.
Make it a little.
No, that's why I said, is this going to be more of like the intro kind of like?
Yeah, like catch up. Just catch up with each other. Yeah. I really want to re-energize the catching up after this part.
Okay.
And then it's gonna make a lot of sense why you're arguing like brothers and sisters.
Okay.
So, but the more of the story that I'm
Rico
trying to
say, want to hit this is not my brother.
Oh God.
Well, I would never be no brother or a friend. I don't believe in that. Don't call me your brother. But what I'm saying is, as a parent's job, it's your duty to place your kids in the best possible way to put them in a winning position. And no, it's not about you're going to be able to catch everything. No, it's not about you're going to be able to make sure that you put them in all the proper positions and they're guaranteed to win. There is no guarantees, but it is your duty to put them in a favorable position. It is your duty to make sure, hey, listen, if you have the ability to say, you know what, this school is not a good school for my child because I'm seeing a lot of Sexy Red being played in 4th grade, right? No offense to Sexy Red. I'm going to remove my child to a school that's probably going to have it less, hopefully.
Or they just change Sexy Red's words and they make it a school.
JoJo Siwa, who now is a whole 13-year-old lesbian.
I don't even know who that is.
Exactly. Pick one. Pick your poison.
But it's not pick your poison because we're not going to sit here and say that they're poisoning the entire world because
they are.
There are more kids that are winning than there are kids that are losing. And we're not gonna sit here and go with the losing kids, because at the end of the day,
They're not losing.
in life, there's going to be losers.
I'm not saying the losing aspect. I'm just saying that we and people, when you have children, you can't see everything. And we want to be as prepared as we want to be, right? We can be as ready as we want to be. And all I'm stating is going back to the narrative of just because you are able to have children does not mean that you are ready to take on everything that comes with being a parent.
And vice versa.
That comes with not just being caring for the child, that comes for being able to balance caring for yourself. That comes with being able to be a good person. Having a child changes your patience. It changes your outlook on things. It changes your conversation.
But who's preparing you to be a parent is really the question. Because if you had a terrible parent, you're most likely not going to be prepared.
Life.
That is so
I'm not
wrong.
saying that you're not capable. I'm saying you're not being prepared.
I just watched the podcast and he was like, I forgot which one it was because it don't matter. They're not paying it, so I'm not gonna shout them out. But he said he's the type of father he is to his son because he was sitting across from his father. He said, because you weren't there. You stood me up. And I can never look at my child and do that to him. So I'm the great father that I am because you were the bad one.
And that's how it be.
But he had probably a great mother.
Like,
no, but that's how it is a lot of times when you have, childhood issues with your parents and them not being there, or you resent them for any reason. You kind of want to be the better parent because you're like, I didn't get this when I was a kid. I didn't like how my parents did this when I was a kid. So you make those changes as a parent yourself when you have kids of your own. So it doesn't always have to be you didn't have good parents, you didn't have the best environment, all of that, because you want better for your kid.
And you ever dated a guy who he done did something stupid in your relationship and you cool with his mother or his family and you call and he like, now I did not raise Jimmy Lee Bowman like that. He know better. Well, your son slapped me, Miss Betha. Your son slapped me or your son's cheating on me. Well, I didn't raise him that way because me and his father ain't never argued in front of him. And me and his father, we still together 35 years. My son's a nut.
So a lot of people do things to be cool, and that's why they're a nut. We're not going to get involved in that. But again,
no, right. People
even if a person has had one bad parent, all it takes is one good parent. So that man who didn't have his father probably had a good mother, or he watched his mother try her best and appreciated what she could do, which is why he is able to be a good father. But a person who has no parent, a person who has, well, I don't want to say not no parent, but no good parent, right? Maybe their parents are present and they are the worst of parents. Maybe their parents are absent completely. It is very hard for that person to become a good parent because they have not had any role model and ideology or idea of how to be a good parent.
Well, like you said, the younger generation is being raised on social media, right?
I didn't say that.
Well, I did. But I feel like if you didn't grow up with a good parent, if you didn't grow up with a good mom and dad, if you didn't grow up in a good environment, there's a whole freaking book in Barnes and Noble or Parenting for Dummies. Like, there's so many things out here that are examples. Your favorite, whoever you look up to, whoever you are mentored by. There's so many. I think it's an excuse to not be a good parent because there's a bunch of things around that insinuate and give you leadership in how to do this thing, even if you're not good at it. Because I don't care how good of a parent you are, your kids can still turn up to be whatever and resent you. And you're like, I did the best I could. I gave you everything. I said yes to everything. I was whatever. I protected you. I did what I was supposed to do. I had one of the best fathers in the world. Now that I say rest in peace. And I was just a spoiled brat. And now it's too late. Obviously, I can't turn back times. But in those moments from 16 to 20 something, my dad just wanted to spend time with me. He just wanted to be around me. Any excuse to get me to his house was stupidest reasons. And I was too much involved in my own world to realize it. And to me, if you was to ask somebody, I'm like, my dad's too strict. He's mean. He's this, he's that. When I have my own kids, I'm never going to be like this and that. But now I'm in the dough and I'm like, oh, I get why he was like this. And I get why he was like this. And he only can show me the love that the way he received it. You understand what I'm saying? I just think as people, we need to do it our way. Whatever works for you.
No,
yeah, that just goes.
That's,
well,
yes,
that goes to
I'm
show.
not doing that because
Why?
So when you do it your way, no offense, you have your outcome, right? That's the problem. We need to have some type of people who are going to
A
be
blueprint?
some type of foundation, right? We can't just you can't just wing it.
No, the village is one thing, but the blueprint is another. This is just like people telling you how you should be married and how you should be in a
Things
relationship.
can't go just one way. Like
It's not going one way. It's saying like I think a blueprint is very vague, but it's specific at the same time, right? If it's like, okay, how do you get good credit? If you know how to get good credit, I could give you the blueprint. I'm not saying to do the same exact steps, use the same exact resources that I use, but this is the blueprint. And that's the way that it has to be.
We have a new generation when they are addicted to these iPhones and these iPads and these computers and all these things. And at the age of 7 and 8, they know how to work a phone better than a lot of things. They know how to navigate through it. They don't even need to know how to spell. They know how to speak into the mic, and I'm astonished. I have chosen to not implement those things in my household. And when I go to parent-teacher conference, I get a conversation of, your child is different. Why? Because these other kids, they don't know how to occupy their time.
Mm-hmm.
They are not thriving. They are not creative. They are not inquisitive. Why? Because they have this thing in front of them that occupies and keeps them idle. When children are bored, they thrive. They have to start picking up things, building, using their imagination, being creative. I am a creative being, naturally, right? So I know what happens when I got the phone in front of me and I say, I'm not even gonna touch the phone when I first thing and I wake up. It's the same thing for a child. There is no jumping up and turning on the TV immediately. There is no jumping up and going immediately to play with the toys. Like, they have to understand real life. And even at a young age, understanding like, there's other things to do besides this iPad. So my 7-year-old, she doesn't get bored. She doesn't ask for an iPhone. She doesn't ask for an iPad. Even when the TV is right then and there, I gotta say, yo, turn on your show. She's so busy creating her own world.
I think that's because some parents are not ready or able. Whether it be you have the finances, you're still not able to deal with the kid. Whether you're able to deal with the kid, but you're not ready financially, and that's affecting what you're doing. Parents give kids things to occupy them so they can have time to themselves. I think that nowadays the art of being a parent is being lost because we're like, I want to occupy my child so I don't have to be there for them all the time. So I can feel like I can have my own life.
No, and that's selfish.
My thing is what happens is,
I don't think that's selfish.
but that's the thing. We have not been
There's a balance.
We have not been taught the balance. We have not been taught, hey, listen, you know what? Okay, cool. You know, the kids, when I'm saying kids, like 1 to 5 before school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those kids, they're getting, my daughter has an iPad, right? She got an iPad for her 3rd birthday. But she already had one, but she got a new one, right? And
nice.
and it's like, you know
What
what?
is she doing on the iPad that you can't teach her on paper and flashcards?
But the thing is, see, the difference is with my child, and I don't think every child is like this because my son that's in the house, he's just glued to his phone. So he had to physically like, yo, you're playing sports. I don't care if you like it or not, right? And so he's played 3 different sports. But now he loves sports. So now that gives him something else. So now instead of him just playing games, he's looking up different things that are happening with different sports. He's learning different techniques, which is actually helping him learn how to be self-taught in different ways than just, watching anime. Now, my daughter, on the other hand, she is already a creative person. She will watch the iPad at night, but throughout the day, she's not watching the iPad.
Good.
She wants to play. She wants to draw. She wants to paint. Yesterday, she fought with me to sleep with her backpack so she could hold her stickers.
Yeah.
That's what she wants to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But again, if I've seen many parents who are like, yo, I'm tired, I'm overwhelmed, I just give my kid the iPad, I give my kid the PlayStation.
That can't be all the time.
And I just walk off and I let them
That
do their
can't be
thing
all
so
the
I can do
time.
my thing.
It can't be all the time.
But again, I'm saying that because some parents are not actually
But that's
able
what
to
I'm
be a parent.
But
But
I
that's
also
go
think
ahead.
A
that-
full-time parent, I should say.
I also think that we, well, I am younger than you guys. I am under 30, right?
With no kids. So she's about to be a
No
part of this
kids.
stat.
But I also do think that I used to be in the percentage of people that looked at technology as a way to brainwash kids. This is not how we grew up. We had so much other things to, keep us busy, keep us creative and going, whatever.
We still do. We just have
Right.
have let them fall to the side.
It can definitely still be implemented, of course. But I also think that we are looking past how popular technology is and how innovative technology is.
And it
so
can be innovative.
It can be.
If it is used properly. There's coding classes. There's things. These kids are building whole websites at young ages. No, I'm not against the technology. I'm against that being the only way to solve an issue or solve a problem or be entertained.
Yeah, but it's like it doesn't have to be an issue.